Hello guys, you're welcome back to my channel. If you're seeing this channel for the first time, I am Adiola of Dandy Clothing and Bag Services, and here is my channel. This channel is purposely for bag making. I mean, just bag making tutorials. And to our long time subscribers, I say thank you so much. I mean, thank you so much for sticking to this channel. I appreciate you all. So today, without wasting much of our time, as she will always have me say, I'll be drafting these. I'll be going into the drafting and then sewing section of this beautiful bag. I mean, it is a trending bag. Yes, anywhere you turn to right now, the bag is there. I mean, if you turn to the left, the bag is here. Turn to the right, the bag is there. Front and back, all corners. Yes, the bag design is out there. So let's make the bag design now. When it comes to structured bag, there are some bags designed that involves about 80% of sewing and then 20% of gumming. Do you understand? Why there are some that just involve let me say maybe 40% of sewing and then 60% of gumming. Do you understand? Why there are some just 10% of sewing and then 90% of gumming. So it all depends on the bag designs. You see this bag design that I'm making, that I'm drafting right now, there is a two-way to it. The first way is the let me say 80% of sewing and then 20% of gumming. Do you understand? And then the second method is about 70% of gumming and then just 30% of sewing. I hope you understand that. But in this case, I'll be going with the first, which is the 80% of sewing and then 20% of gumming. Now I'm going to explain this bag design. I mean the first design in details, and then the details that I mean is I should have, just drafted the width and then the height of the bag, the width and the length of this bag, because I want you to understand. I want to break it down like I'm explaining to a beginners. So I'll be breaking it into sections, like I'll be drafting it into sections. Do you understand? So for the width of the bag, I'm working with 12 inches. You can see that the bag is kind of wide. Do you understand? It's a very portable bag, clutch. So the width is 12 inches, and then for the height of the front, I'm working with 4.5 inches. Do you understand? 4.5 inches for the front. Now I'm drafting. Now this is going to serve as the bottom. Like I said, I would have just drafted the whole thing in just one single piece. It's actually going to be one single piece, but I'm breaking it into sections so that you can understand better. Now I'm drafting 1.5 inches. The 1.5 inches is going to serve as the bottom. Do you understand? Then moving to the back, I drafted first the front, then the bottom. Now moving to the back, I'll be maintaining my 4.5 inches that I used for the front. Do you understand? So now I'm marking 4.5 inches. Then I will extend to the upper base. Do you understand? The top base. So I'm making use of 1.5 inches. Yes, 1.5 inches. And then for the flap that is going to come to the front, the flap, more like a cover. So I'll be using 3 inches for that. Yes, 3 inches for that. So once I'm done with that, I'll cut it out. Like I said, it's because I want to make it detailed for the beginners. That is why I drafted it in parts, and it's all to be just one. I mean, I'll just calculate the whole thing. Okay, let me say the front, which is 4.5. The front is 4.5, right? The after that followed by the bottom, which is 1.5, making 6 inches together, then plus the back, which is 4.5, that's 10.5, plus another 1.5 for the toe base, that's 12 inches, and then for the flap, that's 3 inches, 15 inches. So like I said, if this video, if I don't want it to be a beginner's level, I'll just draft 15 inches by 12 inches. Do you understand? 15 inches by 12 inches, that is what I have in total. But because I want it to be detailed, that is why I have to draft it into sections so that the beginners can understand better. Now moving forward, I'll be using for the side gussets, I'll be making use of the length 4.5 inches and then the width 2 inches. The length 4.5 inches and then the width 2 inches. I mean, someone is wondering like why why, how do I get the measurements? Someone said why, or I mean someone is wondering why, like what kind of measurements is that? Well, since I use 1.5 inch for the bottom, I'm making use of 2 inches here. Do you understand? Because of the curve. Yes, I mean it's going to be straight, then I wouldn't have, add to it, but because it's going to be curved, so I make use of 2 inches for the width. Now at the down part, I will give it a slight curve on both sides. The slight curve on both sides has already given the side gusset a reduction. Please don't get confused. So it has already given a bag a reduction, so that's why I added half of the width. Do you understand? For you to know if your measurement is accurate, you see from this front side, this is the bottom, and then to the back, measure what you have in total. What I have here is 10.5 inches in total. From the front, the bottom, and the back, I have 10.5 inches. Now you have to take your side gusset after drafting it finish. You measure from one side to another side. Do you also have the same measurements as the front, bottom, and then the back? Do you understand? That is when you know, oh, I'm on the right track. Now I'm taking my home measurements. I've not yet cut out the shaped part and the down part. I'm just taking it. I want to take the measurement to be sure of what I have, and I have 10.5 inches, the same measurement as the 4.5 for the front, 1.5 for the bottom, and then 4.5 for the back. That's 10.5 inches. Do you understand? And at the flap, the flap on both edge, I'll be giving it a curve shape. Yes, just a little curve shape, about maybe ½ inch on both sides. Up, you go up by ½ inch, then you come in by ½ inch. So I already given it a shape, and then I'll be replicating the same thing for the carry board and my leather material. So for the leather material, I'll be adding about ½ inch on all sides, or you can make use of 3/4 on all sides for folding allowance. Do you understand? For folding allowance. Okay, the next thing we need to talk about now is the kind of interface to use for this type of bag. Please listen attentively. Please listen attentively. I'm working with Mako, the thick one, not too thick. We have the soft one, which is the what's it called, the imported Mako. I mean the soft one. Then after the soft one, I don't know the name. I'm sorry, I don't know the name, but not the soft one. The one after the soft one, which is the thick one. I'm using that because I'm working with a cylinder bed machine, and that is what I want. Do you understand? Like, I just want it to be art. Like, I want it to give it a structure. I want it to be to be sturdy. That's why I'm making use of that. Please, even though you are working with a manual machine or you are working with your flatbed machine, industrial, jejely go and make use of carry board, the soft one. Like I said, not the hard one, please. I mean, go and make use of the your carry board, the soft one. Yes, the soft one. Or you make use of your Mako, the soft one as well. Do you understand? I mean, either Mako, the soft one, or your carry board, the soft one. Please and please do not make it. If you're making use of what's it called manual sewing machine, and you want to go and make use of thick Mako or thick carry board, you're on your own or your lower. So let's move forward. I know someone is wondering, like, what am I doing? What am I doing? Is it really important? Like, what is the usefulness? Okay, there's something called skiving in bag making. So when we talk about skiving, I think the explanation, the clearer one that I can give to you is that skiving means you are thinning down the edges of leather or thick fabric, so it is not bulky when folded, joined, or stitched. Do you understand? I mean, the material, the edges of any leather material or thick fabric or your mark or anything, you want to thin down the edges. I mean, all the edges, you want to thin it down so that it is not bulgy when folded. Like maybe you want to wrap it with your leather when folded or when joined or stitched. Do you understand? So to avoid being bulgy, like I don't want to be sewing this. In fact, my fold, like I said, I'm making use of a very thick marco. Do you understand? So in the process of me folding, there might be issue because it will be bulky, all the edges. Do you understand? So I have to thin down the edges of the of the marco. So that is what I'm saying. That is what I'm doing at the moment. Now this is what it looks like. Do you understand? So to avoid this, just make use of a soft carry board or a soft marco. To avoid this, me I like problem once in a while. So to avoid this anyways, do you understand? Please, before we forge ahead, I would like to, quickly talk about my online class coming up next month. I mean, it is too loaded to miss it. Like, it is too loaded to miss it. We just finished one that was last month. Yes, July 30. I mean, July 30. Yes, that was last month. So another one is coming up next month. Even if you missed the one for, it was 2 months structured. It was 2 months online tutorial on structured bag. Even though you missed the last one that we did, do not miss the next one. I mean, it is too loaded to miss it. Instead of you making error, trying to figure out things yourself, we've already gone through the journey. We've already walked through the journey. Let me hold you by your hands so your work can be faster. Do you understand?
Ladies and gentlemen, bag lovers and future bag bosses, Dandy Fashion School is back with another mind-blowing online class. From September 30th to November 30th, 2025, it's 2 solid months of detailed, intensive, hands-on training. And trust me, this is not your regular watch and sleep online class. Here's what you'll learn. Pattern drafting, no more guesswork. How to take perfect bag measurements. Your tape measure will finally respect you. Prototyping. How to fix dividers, zippers, inner and outer pockets. More than 5 different side gussets. More than 10 bag designs. More than 10 unique handles. Plus plenty more practicals. And the sweetest gist. All this for just 30,000 naira. But a beg, don't come and price it like onions in the market. The fee is non-negotiable. Registration is on right now. As you all know, reviews don't lie. Last participants of our bag making class are still shouting God bless Dandy Fashion School. Why? Because they came in as learners and left as bag making pros. To join, simply pay 30,000 naira into 1306030632. Providus Bank, Dandy Clothing and Bag Services. Then forward your receipt to WhatsApp 0704-130-7375. Registration is on right now. Don't dull, don't carry last. Grab your spot and let's turn you into a bag making machine.
3, 2, 1.
So let's continue. So this is what I'm doing. I'm applying my gum to both the leather and then the marco so that I can fold all the edges. Do you understand? Once I'm done with that, I'll go ahead and fix in my handle. Now you may be wondering what measurement do I use for the handle. So for the measurements, for the width I make it of 1 inch, just 1 inch, and then for the length I make it of 13 inches. Yes, 13 inches. So fixing my handle to the my leather, from the flap area I go in by 3.5 inches. Yes, 3.5 inches, and then from the side I left about 2 inches on both sides. Do you understand? So I fixed in my handle. Do you understand? And then after that I fixed in a logo to it. You can make use of any logo of your choice. It's your preference. Yes. So the next thing to fix now is to fix your lining. So in fixing my inner lining I fixed 2 type of pockets, as you can see. Do you understand? And then after that I'll go ahead to fixing my my snap button. Okay, this process, fixing of the 2 pockets, how do I fix my inner pocket and stuff like that, it might be new to a beginner. Yes, it might be new to a beginner, but if you register for my course, for these 2 months, I bet you will get value for your money. Yes, reviews don't lie, so I bet you will get value for your money for it. Do you understand? So register for my course so you can have in-depth of this whole thing of our structured bag. So moving forward anyways, I'll be gumming both the inner lining and my my main body together. Please don't forget to fix your snap button to the outside, to the front part of your main body. Do you understand? To the front part of your main body. Don't forget to fix your snap button, because I already fixed my snap button to my inner lining. Do you understand? So please don't forget that. So the next thing I need to do now is to fix my side. So we already have our side cut out already. Do you understand? So I'll be making use of my just my cardboard. Yes, my cardboard for the interface, and you can see what it's looking like. So the next thing is for you to take it to the sewing machine and sew. You might find this difficult if you didn't make use of the right interface. Do you understand? So that was why I keep laying emphasis on you making use of a soft interface like soft carryboard or soft mark. Do you understand? So the side can be easier for you to sew. That is one. Then secondly, yes, you can make use of a glue. Yes, you can make use of a glue. What you just need to do is sew all around. The main body, you just have to sew all around. Then you sew your, what's it called, you sew your side gusset. You understand? Then you attach both together by using a glue. So like I said, this is the first method. If you want to make use of the second method is just like you using 80% of gumming and the 20% of sewing. Do you understand? So the side as well is going to be gummed to the inner lining of the bag before fixing your your main body, which is the outside part. Do you understand? So that is what I meant by 80% of gumming, then 20% of sewing. Do you understand? Please don't forget to click on the like button, and don't forget to share. Don't forget to comment as well if there's any parts you need more clarification on. And lastly, do not forget to subscribe. I love you. Thank you so much for sticking. First time subscribers, thank you so much. Long time subscribers, thank you so much. And if you know you've not yet subscribed, what are you waiting for? Please click on the subscribe button now. See you in my next video. Bye.